Hey guys, it's Kat here to give you an updated mid-month quickie read for all the signs. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome, and those who are returning, welcome back. I want to give a quick shout out to anyone who's liked, shared, or subscribed to the content on this channel. I truly appreciate your support. It's been awesome building the community and talking to you guys in the comments. So please reach out anytime you feel like it. Let me know what's working for you, what isn't. Let me know what you'd like to see. If there's anything you think would be of interest. I'm hoping to get the community base up so that I can actually do lives for you guys, which would be really cool. So if you haven't hit that subscription button yet, or the notification bell, and remember to hit all. Thanks, Rhonda, for that quick shout out. When you do that, if you hit personalize, it will only come up when I say your name. So hit the all when you hit that notification. And then, the more subscriptions I get, the closer I get to being able to do lives for you guys. And then I'll be able to pick cards and, do some answering of some questions, maybe with some pendulum work, some other things. So I'm looking forward to that and working with you guys that way. Hopefully you are too. Just a quick kind of housekeeping situation. Tarot is non-gender. If I use a he, she pronoun, it only means I'm referring to masculine or feminine energy. That's just the way it goes. You can use it to your situation if that isn't the case for you, okay? So roles are reversible, it's just the energies aren't, if that makes sense. Additionally, if it resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, you can check out your moon, rising, or Venus sign. You may find something here within this collection of readings that resonates with you there more. Your moon sign is more about your emotional state. Your Venus sign is about love, and your rising sign is about what you're setting out to do here in this plane while you're here, So, for example, I have a rising sign of Leo, and that means that in my particular aspects and natal chart that I am focused on helping people, and I use writing as a tool to do that as well. So that's how I found that out, and I did some research on my own, and you can do the same, but it might help you if you're looking for specific questions or answers to specific questions in any of those topics. Does that make sense? So if you're looking for love answers, go to your Venus sign. That may give you some more information that's more suited to where you are right now. Okay. I do not pull cards from the decks. I allow Spirit to take those. I've got some burdens here. Okay, I'm going to start with Gemini, by the way. Okay, gotta scratch my nose. Sorry. I'm telling you, you guys, sometimes when we read, that's just how it happens. And I've got Temperance, so you've got some burdens you want to put down that aren't necessarily yours. I think you're carrying a lot more than you should be right now. The weight of it is really draining. You're making some self-sacrifices here and just forging ahead. Temperance is needed, some moderation here in what it is that you're taking on and what it is that you're dealing with, Gemini, right? Don't forget the self here. You've got the Four of Pentacles at the base of the spread, so subconsciously you're a little worried about your money right now. And I know that's a cycle with Geminis right now anyway. We've done death over here, so definitely a transformation of self, definitely a rebirth here of the self. Self-love is absolutely in the fore, but you're still taking on more than you should. You're still forging ahead with these things where you really could ask for help or get help or go more with the flow and not worry so much. So, and don't be so worried about money. I think you have to do what you physically have to do to make things more manageable for yourself. Budget, plan, strategize. We knew that coming into the month of September that was going to be a focus for us, budgeting and planning and strategizing, because of the energies of September. And Mercury goes retrograde on the 27th, so you want to get that done now. Do it now so that you're not freaking out later on in the month. The moon here is about in your conscious mind. There are some things that are unknown, unclear to you in terms of something, and it might be, yeah, that's what I was going to say. It might be love related. So you've got in the upcoming future here, the Four of Wands. So this can be the start of a romance, the start of a soulmate connection, the start of a twin flame connection. Some people say this means a marriage card. It's not going to happen in the month of September, obviously, if this is new energy for you. I see it as a beginning or a completion to the point where you're starting, if that makes sense. 4 is 1111 here in the background. And it's the start of something that may have long-term committed relational ties here. So it could be marriage traditionally, could be something that lasts for a very long time for you, Gemini. But it's going to start in the month of September. Now, it could be a friendship as well. It doesn't have to be romantic, but I do see a long-term situation here for you. You get 2 of Pentacles at the base of the spread, so your attitude is, I'm juggling a lot. So you had the Wands, you have the Pentacles, you're juggling money. You got money burdens here, right? Do I stay? Do I go? Do I move? Do I not move? Do I do something different? And in your environment, your career is upside down here. So I think you've been working at something really hard, and it's just not taking off the way that you had planned or hoped or wished for. And right now in the month of September, it feels stagnant, right? You feel like you're trying to fight the competition. You're trying to stand out. You're trying to defend yourself. You're kind of tired of it. You'd like things to move, and I get that, but September's not the month for it. I'm just telling you right now, stay with it, stick with it. It's going to end up being in your favor because we've done readings like this in the past. We know this, right? You've got the Ace of Pentacles. Keep working hard at it. Don't put it off. I know you've taken some time out, potentially, and that's okay. We all need to do that. But money's an issue here, and you feel like you don't have enough money, and you're hoarding your money, and you're being very tight with your resources. Take a breath, take a step back, okay? Strength here to conquer your inner demons, the ego, the pride that is getting in your way here with this work, career situation. You don't have to compete with other people. The minute you start comparing yourself to other people, you start having some serious issues, right? So don't compare yourself to other people, how quickly they achieve something, how quickly they got to where they wanted to be. And I know that's very, very hard to do. It's very hard to do in this kind of an environment, right? When you're doing YouTube, you're always looking at other YouTube channels, and you're thinking, oh my God, like, I should be here, I should be there. And we do it with everything we do, with every career that we have, right? Even like practicing an instrument or painting or whatever it is. It doesn't matter what it is, but stop comparing yourself to the competition because you're driving yourself crazy. Let go of the pride and the ego that's evolved here and realize that there are things in place that Spirit has given you the passion for, and you just need to pursue them. Not everything happens overnight for everyone. Some people get very lucky, but not everyone. And you've got 9 of Wands here, so you're still really guarded, right? You're guarded, and you feel like you're not getting enough support here, and you're leery of people who offer it, right? And at the base, you've got 5 of Swords. So somebody that you were dealing with who liked to win at all costs really did a number on you. That energy is still lingering here. So, you know, we want to forgive and move on and walk away from that because it can only do nothing but aggravate us, right? Okay. I think I'm going to get it really quick because this is a mid-month, so I'm going to do a quick like mini read here on love and see what this twin flame situation is about, soulmate situation. And as I said, you know, soulmates can be friends too, right? They can be friends. They can be business partners that you get aligned with. You typically, though, this is romantic. This is relational, romance. But we talked about money here. We know what's going on there. Just stay the course. Do a budget. Plan and strategize what you're going to do. Go to work every day. Just say to yourself, listen, you know, if I just have this goal and I just achieve this goal today, that will be enough, right? And don't drive yourself too crazy comparing yourself to other people. And it will happen. Just go with the flow. Go with the flow. That's the temperance, right? Spirit, for Gemini, in relationship, can you give me what's going to happen with this? 4 of Wands, please. 4 of Wands for Gemini. 4 of Wands for Gemini. 4 of Wands for Gemini, please, Spirit. Can I get what's going on with this? Or you're not going to let us know here? I think things are unclear, and they're supposed to be unclear, maybe. Let's see. No, we got something here. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. I don't think that refers to this 4 of Wands, though. Maybe you're flirting with somebody. Maybe somebody comes in there. Maybe it's someone outside of your usual. Let's see. Your love life has something to do with children. Very odd. Okay. Being affected by children. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Well, sure, if you're trying to, Geminis have done a lot of self-transformation, and I'm sure you want someone who is on the same path. Let your friends help you to support you. So I think what's going on here is that you meet somebody that you're going to come back to, or someone from your past. Maybe even it's, you know, sometimes with twin flame and soulmates, we say it's a reincarnation, right, of somebody spiritually, that you meet on this plane, twin flames anyway. And, you know, maybe there's something going on here where you meet someone, initially there's not enough chemistry to keep it going. Very soon, there you go. Express your love, huh? Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. I think I'm reading for Geminis who had a situation in the past that they thought was a twin flame or soulmate, where children or religious factors got in the way here. And Spirit is asking you to let your friends help you, you know, and maybe work on those same-sex friendships so that you can deepen your appreciation for other people and yourself there. And that very soon will come an opportunity to express your love for someone. Yep. I'm not sure if the chemistry here is here, but it feels like the past, and it feels like this is something new, and that very soon this is coming into your near future here, which would align. So let's get some timing on this twin flame situation. I'm going to use the Numerology deck, Spirit, to get the timing here. Okay. Got the 26 love partnership. So also got 7 for personal growth, but 26 for the love partnership, which is interesting because it's right before Mercury retrograde, right? So be aware if someone comes into your sphere that you are interested in, that it's going to be up to you to express your interest and decide that they are the ones that you want to approach, right? And personal growth here with the 7, okay? And I get the sense from all of this that this personal growth is about speaking your truth, going after and pursuing what you want for you, and not being afraid to be who it is that you truly are. Because we've had a lot of conversations about this, Gemini, in the past, about speaking up, right? This is really the test, isn't it? Expressing your love to someone. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture when maybe you're not entirely sure. You have to decide that that is the person that you want, though, because I have a feeling it's going to evolve pretty quickly, and to do it before the 26th. So if you've already met this person, you're going to have to decide what you want and express it. And if you haven't, it should happen before the 26th. And if not, then this particular aspect isn't for you of this reading. But I do think that expressing what you want here in terms of this person is a step in personal growth for you. You know what I mean? I'm going to get some clarification on who they are so we can get some hints on like who they are. As you know, I do more about you and less about Boo. I'm not going to talk about your ex, but I do want to give you a little insight. See, I got Hummingbird and Dolphin here when I split the cards. And we'll see what comes out when I shuffle. But Hummingbird is about speaking your truth. You know, Romans called hummingbirds, they thought hummingbirds were warriors that had fallen in battle, that had come back, which I think is kind of a beautiful concept, right? But hummingbirds, nightingales are about speaking your truth. Hummingbirds are also used in shamanism in South America as one of the 4 directions because they migrate. They move quickly. Right? Dolphins actually radiate, this is kind of like echolocation here, but dolphins actually radiate their inner light and they help other people in their sphere. So that's interesting that you got that too. Okay. And it's like, let your friends help you, and maybe you're helping your friends as well. Yeah? Possible. Okay, let's see what we got. So who is this spirit? Is this Gemini or their partner? partner. Okay, crocodile. They're keeping an eye on you. Okay. They actually see you. And I mean they see you, right? See intimacy. I see intimacy. Stingray. Huh. See the chakras all lit up here? I love this. This is great, you guys. Both water creatures, yeah? Stingray, ocean, crocodile. So kind of in the same genre, not at all at the same time. Oh, by the way, hummingbirds are, spiritually resourceful. That's the one thing I wanted to point out to you guys too as I was going through this. Hold on a second. Let me grab the, see, here comes Tao. Every time I read for you guys, I swear to God, he just wants to share his opinion. Don't you, Tao? Okay, developing confidence, sense of self. That's my Siamese cat, by the way. It's not a child. Developing confidence, sense of self, or spine. The Stingray card, and this is you, Gemini, represents a pivotal point of personal growth. Personal growth. There we go. I love it. The moment has come when the Stingray must decide between the old, easy, comfortable, and familiar, and the new, challenging, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar. Yep. Uncomfortable, unfamiliar, right? Romantic gestures. I love this. This is great. Pressure from family and friends makes the decision even more complicated. No matter what choice is made now, it is inevitable that this dilemma will surface again and again as the force of Dharma growing within the Stingray is just too strong to ignore. So what did we say about, friends and family making this difficult? Children, religious factors, yeah. I don't know. There's not enough attraction or chemistry. So this may be a lesson too with this person. I don't know. But I do think no matter what, if you are interested in someone and they're keeping an eye on you, they're definitely interested in you, you should be the one to make the romantic gesture this time, guys. It's an aspect of your personal growth. I mean, what do you want, right? I think this is super interesting. And then the crocodile, I'm a Gemini moon and sun here. That's why I keep commenting this way. Sorry, guys. Resting, submerging, collecting energy, and cooling off. The crocodile reminds us to step back from the external world and turn inward. Now it is time for decisions, action, discussion. The crocodile's mantra is to wait. So they're going to wait, and you're the one who has to reach out. Yeah, this comes from a place of wisdom and power. So this person is keeping an eye on you. They are waiting for you to make the move. This is a step in your personal growth. It's a step in your own personal growth and evolution. So you're going to have to do it. I know. It seems so incredibly uncomfortable, right? Let's get the Moonology cards, guys. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. We love to have conversations. We love to mingle with people. We love to get to know people, all different kinds of people. Our friends are very broad and diverse. But that intimacy thing, that like up close, you really see me thing is a little different, right? That expressing ourselves and potentially, from a mercurial aspect, feeling like we are being foolish is a little tough, right? So, or what if they don't? What if they this? We can intellectualize it to death. Don't. Okay? Don't. Take a shot in the dark. Take a shot in the dark here. This is telling you this is for your personal growth. So whether this is a lesson that doesn't evolve because it's unrequited, or this is something that goes the distance here, right? Maybe you're not supposed to know. Maybe that's why the moon is here. Maybe there are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. Okay, balance spirituality and practicality. And don't let your past hold you back. So, fear, what do they say in Dune? Fear is a little mind killer, right? Don't let your past hold you back. And it doesn't matter if this person responds in the way that you want or not in the way that you want. It doesn't matter. This is for your personal growth. Consider this an exercise in personal growth, okay? Right? Balance your spirituality and your practicality. You know, maybe there are things that are impractical with the two of you being together. Maybe there's distance there. Maybe there's other stuff. But maybe on a spiritual level, you guys click. I don't know. It's possible, right? You've got full moon in Pisces. And when I ever see these two fish swimming together, I think of yin and yang. You guys are counterparts, and you're counterparts here as well. Masculine, feminine, yin yang, right? So maybe it's unrequited, but maybe this starts the beginning of a lovely friendship between the two of you that evolves down the road. Because you still have the 4 wands here, guys. And it doesn't mean that that's going to manifest right away. But there's something going on here, for sure. 26, keep an eye out. They're keeping an eye on you. They are watching you either on social media or in some other venue. They are watching you. Okay. Let's see here. Let's get one last oracle card here for you guys. And then we're going to move on. This is not meant to be a 20-minute read. Just a quickie in the middle of the month here. But, you know, pretty interesting right now. I love the fact that, you know, you got all this career and money and concern and budgeting and all this other stuff, and then right in the middle of it comes this, hey, interest, right? Okay. Treasure Island. Huh. Okay. Treasure Island. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, this is Wisdom of the Oracle. I don't have any, you know, connection with it financially or anything. I'm not going to get a kickback by telling you that, but it's a good oracle deck for those of you who are interested in reading. Yeah. Okay. The law of attraction, bringing dreams into fruition, the results of positive thinking made manifest, and abundance appearing as if from nowhere, financial gains, and the sharing of good fortune. You've worked really hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly, in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. You have uncovered the map to buried treasure and tapped the unlimited potential within you. You must hone now is your ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so apparent. Trust your intuition right now to light your way as you enter this truly prosperous phase where all the long, hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off externally in all aspects of your life at this time. You will have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it. Share it with others, as treasure shared multiplies like magic. Love it, guys. This is great, Gemini. So that's what I've got for you guys for now. Tune in next time. Hit that subscription button on the way out and the notification button. And don't forget to hit the all instead of personalized. Otherwise, you won't hear anything. Okay. Great. Okay, guys. Love you. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey, Libra, Kat here. It's your turn. We're doing air signs first, so you're second in line here. Spirit, can you give me cards for Libra? Indecision here. Or are you coming out of indecision? This is all mental construct and having strength to fighting those inner demons. Predominantly pride and ego, usually, right? Pride and ego. Lion, pride, ego, right? Yeah. Strength. Can be other things. 3 of Swords in the past, so some definite heartbreak here. Not in a good place, not happy right now. Sun in reverse. Might have something to do with a Leo. Not entirely sure, Libra. Let's see. Ace of Wands. So passion coming in from the divine. Something you're thinking about creating or pursuing here. Got Ace of Cups. Queen of Swords in the reverse at the bottom. Got something nasty to say to somebody. I think it has to do with this 3 of Swords still. I think you're still holding some resentments there. Yeah, you've got this 9 of Wands, so very guarded energy in your environment. Yep. But you do have Ace of Cups coming up in the near future, so that is an offer of emotional abundance. Let's see what that's about. Okay, that's too many cards, Spirit. We're going to put that back and take less than that. Thank you. Okay, King of Swords. Hopes and fears. Afraid somebody's going to have something nasty to say to you if you say to them what you want to say, and the truth, right? You want the truth to come out. Not exactly a reason to party right now. Okay. So it looks to me as if in the recent past, or relatively recent past, there was definitely some lying, cheating, stealing in a romantic relationship or a friendship where you got stabbed in the back and there's another party involved. This third-party involvement could be friends, family, kids, etc., or it could be another romantic person or someone that ousted or undermined your relationship with this other person, whoever that individual was. In the current position, we've got the Two of Swords in reverse. So, you know, this is debating in your head what you're going to do, whether you should come or go, whether you should actually communicate what you're feeling or not. You get the Two of Swords in reverse, and the Queen of Swords is your attitude. So it seems to me as if you have something you'd like to say, but you're afraid to say it. You're afraid to communicate what it is that you believe is the truth because you're afraid of this King of Swords reaction. You two are counterparts in this relationship. This looks like a similar energy here, masculine and feminine. And your fear is that this masculine energy, whether that's male or female, it's just energy we're speaking to again, has something to say to you as well that you don't necessarily want to hear. I don't know if you really want the truth, although the final outcome is that the truth does come out. It feels to me like your obstacle is really having the strength to do what it is you've got to do, overcoming your pride, ego, etc., to have this conversation and speak your truth. And because you're afraid of their reaction, but the truth will win out here. I think there is some emotional abundance coming your way, and I think it's really unburdening yourself with all of this that you've got going on in this mental construct, coming out of this wounded warrior position and feeling guarded, attacked, threatened, and leery of other people and relationships in general, I think. Although we don't have a Four of Cups here, so don't see a refusal of love right now, and you're pretty unhappy. There is passion here, though, for something, and perhaps that's for someone, or it's for something that you love to do, and that is going to get you through. Let's get some clarification on that for you. Okay. Seven of Wands. Again, this is feeling attacked. This was on the split. This is feeling attacked, having to defend yourself, having to defend your position, having to say things how you saw them and why you reacted and said what you did. 19 again, the Sun. So the Sun in reverse, Sun unhappy, right? Not feeling like the Sun is often portrayed as a child. It's not in this particular deck. This looks more like a masculine, feminine, or a relational bent on the Sun. But it can also be portrayed with a child riding a horse with a big red banner and sunflowers and the sun and all of that. And it's about kind of that inner child and the joy and the naivete that comes with youth, and kind of recapturing that in order to be happy, to going back to those things that have satisfied you in the past. And right now we don't have any of that. Nine of Wands here again. So you've got this guarded position twice. We've gotten a couple duplicates here, guys. You know, this is being very leery and guarded. And you've got King of Cups here. So King of Cups and King of Swords. I wonder if that was the person you were communicating with here, or if that's the person that is bringing this emotional abundance. Two of Cups in reverse. Yeah, so it looks like you went through a relationship where that is no longer, you guys broke up or split up or ghosted, or somebody or something walked away from this. It's stagnant. It's at a standstill. Stand off, right? Ordinarily, Two of Cups in the upright are two people who have similar vibration and are filling each other's cup in a similar way. In the reverse, it's more like this Queen of Swords are in reverse and this King of Swords in reverse. Both have some pretty nasty stuff to say to each other. Okay. Okay, Libra. This doesn't feel like the Libras I've read for in the past with this twin flame soulmate connection. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So I think that this was a long-term committed relationship where there was house, home, family connected to this somehow. And that is in reverse. So maybe cut off from those things now that you are no longer in the relationship with them, and the future of having that stable foundation for the two of you is gone. Seven of Swords. Yep. So this is definitely lying, cheating, stealing, deceit. Sometimes Seven of Swords can mean deceiving ourselves, that there was more there, more compatibility, something better for us than we
We saw something more than there actually was. How about that, right? Lying, cheating, stealing, deceiving ourselves, robbing ourselves of the opportunity to meet someone else because we can't move and we're stuck. Not allowing ourselves to see the true individual, but loving the idea of the individual. It's that kind of energy. And then the world. So the world is going to open up. This is the end of a cycle. This relationship breaking up is the end of that kind of karmic cycle for you. You're on to new lessons now, which is a good thing. 5 of Cups, so you got to stop looking at the past and thinking about the past of this person and what could have been. Not what could have, should have, would have happened, been said or done, but also what was going to happen with this 10 of Pentacles here. And I have this feeling that out of this relationship, you're not feeling yourself. Like there is some self-worth issues here and self-esteem issues that need to be addressed. As a result of this breakup, you're realizing that you're not okay on your own. Maybe you're not okay financially, which is the Pentacles and the foundation of your money, and everything else is not okay. Maybe you were left with a mortgage that was higher than you could afford on your own, or rent that was higher than you could afford on your own, or maybe it's that you were a homemaker and when this happened, you kind of had to start over. But there's something here about not having that stability and foundation underneath your feet. However, you are going to come into 6 of Pentacles, and this is actually the portrayal of the land baron who has enough to give some of the taxes back to their tenants. And you can see the scales of justice are here in the sword of truth. So you may be going through a legal situation where, it's deemed that they have to give some portion back to you that is fair and just when the truth comes out. Or maybe you're going to find yourself in a position of getting a career job, or something that the passion that you love coming into emotional abundance will also provide you with some security. 2 of Pentacles, this is like a constant juggling act. And I get the feeling that, money has always been an issue, or has been an issue as of late, and you're kind of juggling back and forth, like what things to cut and what things to keep, and how to keep yourself afloat until you get into the 6 of Pentacles situation, because you'd love to have the money to be able to do for you and yours and theirs. King of Wands, there might be there might be an offer of romance coming in from someone who's a little more mature, who's kind of been through it, charismatic, charming, definitely a good entrepreneur, able to lead a team, can make people motivated to do things their way. And the reverse King of Wands is not such a great card, but in the upright, it's a very good card. This individual is a good leader. They know how to get what they want, but they do it in a fair and honorable way. And they have burning passions that they pursue. And it can be relational, but it can also be things like, advocating for the environment or whatever it is. But they definitely have some strong ideas about what it is that they want. Now, I will say in previous readings for Libra, over the last couple of months, we've had this King of Cups, King of Wands dynamic here, where the King of Cups was the one you were with, and the King of Wands was the person on the periphery, was an old relationship. They come back up again in this reading, and having broken up with someone here. So perhaps some of you have broken up with your King of Cups, and now the King of Wands is on the periphery. I don't know. But let's see if we can get something here to illuminate whether or not the King of Wands is new. Because the King of Cups is definitely the guy or the girl you were dealing with in the past. That is the energy that you were dealing with in the past, in past readings. Doesn't mean they can't be a King of Swords and a King of Cups, guys, right? Because King of Cups has his back to the ocean. So they're emotionally very deep individuals, but they don't necessarily show it, And King of Wands shows it more through physical aspects. King of Cups is a nurturer, but they're not overly flowery and demonstrative with how they feel. That can be tough. And King of Swords is very in their head, intellectual, debating things back and forth, what's the best thing to do. Where King of Wands is just passionate. They just charge in. They already know what they want. They know what makes sense already. They don't have to debate it ad nauseum. If it's you they want, they will come after you. Okay. Okay, Spirit, what about Libra? What about this King of Wands? I didn't classify, sorry, or specify, sorry. King of Wands, Spirit, King of Wands. Want to know about this King of Wands? What about this King of Wands? Anything? Anything, Spirit, on the King of Wands? Huh. Sorry, guys, it's taking a minute. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. I'm struck by the past imagery here. This almost seems like historic. This is almost like a twin flame situation. Someone from your past is returning into your life. Oh my gosh. Okay, I was just saying it as I had the card in my hand, didn't even realize. Okay. Yeah, so this may or may not be your King of Wands. But definitely something's going on there where there's a reconciliation, I think, for some of you with your King of Wands that was kind of on the periphery, right? That had come back, that was offering you an apology, that was giving you the flowers, that communicated with you through music, that was trying to be your friend, you know, I'm happy for you, blah, 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 let me know when you're free, kind of energy, right? I find this very interesting. And remember, some of this is predictive. Tarot is an oracle, so if it hasn't happened yet, it still might happen. Let's see here. We're talking about September for Libra, so what does King of Wands want to say? I remember every detail of that day. What else? I wish I could share my good news with you. You came closer than anyone. Yeah, that was probably a conversation in the past, right? I want to feel that way again. That's why they're back. They want to feel this way again. They want to have that connection with you again. I think you cut them off when you had your King of Cups and they realize exactly what it is that they missed. Yep. Okay. Let's see if we can get a numerology on this. I'm very interested in this, Libra, how your reading has changed and shifted here back to the King of Wands. This is pretty fascinating. Is this in September, Spirit? Give me a second here. I just heard like October 23rd for some reason, so it may be longer than September, but there's something going on here in the next 2 months for this King of Wands. Maybe that's who you're juggling, right? Two foundational decisions, right? And you notice those Two of Pentacles are in an infinity sign, so this is a never-ending juggling act, you know? Can I get numerology for Libra for September, please, Spirit? For the rest of September, nature. Okay. This is about getting out in nature and connecting with nature and being in the physical world so you can get out of your head. Parenting. You guys have gotten parenting before. Maybe this is there's two aspects to take from this. This is either parenting your inner child, right? Treating yourself like you would a child when you make decisions rather than having compassion for yourself as your inner child, if that makes sense. So would you talk to yourself the way you do if you were 6 years old? And if the answer is no, or you were 10 years old, if the answer is no, you might want to look at the level of compassion and empathy that you're showing yourself. Together that's a 9, together that's an 11. You know, that's almost like the twin flame card. So interesting. Maybe there's something regarding nature with the two of you. Both like to go out hiking or being out in nature. Domestic harmony. Interesting. That's a 10 and that's a 1. 1, 11, 9. I just got the 9, 11, 2021 from the numbers here. Oh, well, let me know if that's the case, because that would be pretty amazing if Spirit gave us that, right? I'm going to stop with the Moonology card. One last card for you guys, and let's see what's going on. Parenting may also be an issue for you in terms of how you were parented. You know, what did your mother teach you about women? What did your father teach you about men? What did both of them teach you about the roles of those two individuals, those two genders in relationship, right? What are you mirroring that is similar to how you were parented? Your hard work is paying off, okay? As a side note here, apparently, Capricorn. Anything else for Libra, please? Work through your fears. A personal issue reaches resolution and the energy is gaining momentum. Yeah, I think the energy is gaining momentum here. If I got 9/11 right, work through your fears and your hard work is paying off. That's an interesting one. I'm not sure where that is coming from, but perhaps the next read we have will have a little more insight into that. I get the rest of it in regard to this reading, working through your fears. You know, you could say your hard work is paying off in terms of having done self-work and self-transformational work to realize what it is that you actually need and want, and not just the idea of what everybody else thinks is right for you or what you should need or want. But it reaches resolution and it's gaining momentum to do that. So if there still is that tension between you and this King of Wands or you and this King of Cups, I think something is going to come to fruition here this month. Okay, guys, that is where I'm going to leave it. Let me know in the comments below what happens here. I'm very interested if you guys are actually reconciling with your King of Wands. And maybe it's not now, maybe it's in the future. Like I said, I heard October 23rd for some reason, somewhere in that range. So that may be when you get approached by this person in that way, right? I'm going to say in that way because you know what I'm talking about. That I miss how we used to communicate. I miss having you in my life. I miss the energy here. But this is all about the King of Wands and the King of Cups, guys, and what's going on here. All right. So great reading for you guys. I will talk to you later in the month and good luck with all of this. I hope it works out and however your heart desires. Okay. And if not, it's temporary and we'll get to that point. Okay, Libra? Love you guys. Take care. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Hey Aquarius, it's Kat here to do your September mid-month reading. Just finishing up the air signs here. On the split I get 5 of Cups, so thinking about the past and the Sun. You can either be dealing with a Leo or the Sun. It's your happy place here. I get the feeling that forgetting the past and walking away from the past and not agonizing over the past, 9 of Swords, having some control, some temperance, some moderation, rather than focusing on, it feels like feelings here about the past, indecision here about what to do, right or wrong, will bring you to your happy place. I think there needs to be a little more balance in the masculine and feminine in order for you to manifest what you want. So, all right, we're going to get started, Aquarius. Here we go. Aquarius, please, Spirit. Aquarius. Where was I with this? Nine of Wands in reverse. This is your cross card because 7 of Wands came up. So, okay. Sorry, I'm muttering to myself a little bit. You've got 7 of Wands. This is a position of self-defense. And, you know, even in the upright, this is defending oneself, protecting oneself, trying to prove your point, trying to legitimize what it is that you're doing, trying to make other people understand and see you. And in the negative, this takes on the defensive position, right? With Knight of Wands coming in here at the top, Knights are usually come and go. Here's that happy place again we saw in the split. Knight of Wands is come and go. And Wands energy is usually very passionate, can burn out very quickly. Sometimes this is a message of love, a message of interest, sexual chemistry, something of that nature. You've got the Sun at the bottom, so in the subconscious, happy place, happy time, feeling okay. a little bit balanced here, which is good to see, but Five of Wands in the reverse in the past. So, and this is very, very recent past. That's fighting, trying to put your stake in the ground, trying to have things turn out your way. There isn't a lot of collaboration here or teamwork. It seems like you're fighting against yourself and not asking for help. Yeah. And then you've got Nine of Cups in the conscious mind in reverse. So it's interesting. In your subconscious, happy place, right? In your conscious mind, very unsatisfied on your own and alone. And then you've got Eight of Pentacles in the near future. So Aquarius, this is a time of taking some time out, not working on this, whatever this is. Let me get a little more information and then I'll get into the read here a little bit more. Ten of Cups in your attitude in the reverse. So this is like, I'm never going to have that once in a lifetime love, that never-ending happiness where we grow old together and I'm emotionally fulfilled with another person, right? Not by another person, but with another person. That kind of interdependence that I'm looking for. Not codependence, but interdependence. Makes sense? You have Ten of Swords in your environment in the reverse. So that's having gotten stabbed in the back and wanting to come out of that position of always being, Two of Swords. Wow, a lot of swords energy here, guys. Interesting. Ooh. Okay. Fool here. Okay. So what I get here is that you've got you were in a situation where you were engaged in some argumentative behavior. Someone was not working with you, not collaborating with you, not on your side, you felt. Yeah? And you couldn't make your point, and you're kind of feeling like you haven't gotten things your way or the way that you want them to be. There isn't that foundation set up for you. It's kind of like being led or being dragged through something. Let's put it that way. Okay, does that make sense? And then at the base of the spread, you've got the Sun in the subconscious mind. So I think here, you really want balance. You really want your happy place. Overall, you're feeling better, but still you have this self-defense situation going on. And you've got this Nine of Cups in reverse. Ordinarily the Nine of Cups here is about feeling okay on your own. It's having everything you need to have emotional abundance. You have it all contained within yourself. You don't need to seek validation from anybody else. You don't need to search for that in a love relationship. You don't have to have other people to be happy. Here in the reverse, it's almost kind of the opposite, right? So I get this sense that this Knight of Wands, this passion coming in, this sexual chemistry, or it feels like that. This feels like the player's on his way. Does that make sense? Now notice you've got the three pyramids here in the back. So, we start talking about kind of like this never-ending cycle here of defending yourself and not having this kind of teamwork, collaboration, whatever. And now you're not working on this at all, or you haven't put enough work in to traverse all of this. It almost feels like you've been in a cycle of relationships, whether they're friendships or intimate relationships, whatever relationships they are, of always being the man out here, always giving up what you want, your wants, needs, and desires for other people because, you're tired of defending yourself here. You're tired of fighting here. This is all very combative energy here. And you feel like you're always defending yourself and fighting for yourself, right? And you're not happy being alone and on your own. And I don't know if you put the work in yet to overcome, because this is your obstacle right here. This sexual chemistry thing you've got going on.
And that feels to me like choosing partners or people to be in your life who don't give back to you in the same way that you give to them, right? Almost enabling, sort of enabling them to do their own thing and feeling very put out and taken advantage of here. You know? And then Knight of Wands can come in and kind of disrupt your whole situation. And I feel like there's more work to be done here. There's more work to be done on this for you to be happy, because at the base of the spread here, or maybe the sun is about what you feel like would make you happy is having this relationship, because your attitude is the 10 of Cups in reverse. I'm never going to have this. I'm never going to have that person I grow old with, that person who journeys with me through the valleys and the mountains of life, you know, who goes through the ups and downs, who I have children and family with, who we can look back after many, many years and say, oh, you know, we've made this wonderful journey together, right? And it's all been worth it because it's been with you. It feels like that's what you want because you're not happy being alone, but you're too enabling here to have anything other than what you've always had, which is this Knight of Wands, this chemistry over compatibility. Okay, so that's becoming clearer now as I'm thinking through these intuitive hits I'm getting. So sorry, bear with me. And this is obviously a very specific reading for whoever I'm reading for. Now, if this doesn't sound like you, then maybe this particular reading right now is not for you, but there may be aspects of it that are, and you might want to check out your moon, your rising, and your Venus. You've always been stabbed in the back here. And there's this kind of unwillingness to change, right? This is having this mental construct of should I come, should I go? Like, what's the situation here? Being blinded to the truth, right? Which one's the truth? Which sword here? A lot of swords, guys. Very much air energy. I don't know if you're dealing with another air sign, but very much air energy here, Aquarius. All mental issues, being bound and tied up and unable to release yourself from something that's a mental construct. And that's your final outcome here. I think you're just tired of being in this situation, of being so distraught over this and ending up not being happy in whatever it is that you're in, because it's only about this passion that burns out quickly. Nights come in and go. They come and they go. And this particular Knight of Wands, is definitely, you know, a passion that burns out quickly. And then they go their way. At the base of the spread, you've got the Fool. And the Fool is about taking a leap of faith. Now, sometimes the Fool makes decisions that are impulsive, makes decisions based on things like chemistry, right? Leaps off that cliff. Sometimes the Fool can be on a spiritual journey because, you know, you don't require the evidence to make the decision. It's spiritually something that you know you should be doing and you're listening to your intuition. But here I feel like this is falling too quickly in love with someone. Falling in love with the potential of who the person is. Seeing the potential in a person and thinking that is them, you know, like projecting onto them who they might be at their best, even if you have to live through the worst here. There's something else going on here, because right under that you get the Nine of Pentacles, and this is being okay on your own financially and foundationally and everything. Not having the emotional abundance, but being okay financially. I think you want this Ten of Pentacles. You want the Ten of Cups and you want the Ten of Pentacles. You're at the 9 from a financial standpoint, right? You're at the 9 from an educational standpoint. You're at the 9 from a career standpoint. There definitely is enough abundance to support yourself, but you're not happy because you don't have what you think you need, which is another person. But really, it's about making yourself happy first, and then you get the Ten of Pentacles, right? Somebody who wants to win at all costs, doesn't show their emotion on their sleeve. And the Hierophant in reverse, possibly avoiding marriage or avoiding long-term commitment with you. There will be justice, but you've got to put these burdens down, okay? So
let's get into this a little bit and get some clarification from Spirit, because whoever I'm talking to here, this is not a great situation to be in. And I think that you're finally, I get the sense that you're finally seeing what's going on. It's just, how do I get out of it? Yeah, you get the Five of Cups again on the split, guys, and the Hierophant. You see this? Five of Cups and the Hierophant. You can't make this stuff up. These are repeats from what we just talked about, right? This is worrying about and thinking about the past. This is trying to go over, like, what was said and done and how it arrived at the situation. And this is rules and commitments, societal expectations. So there are definitely expectations here that are not being met. You know, and you're lamenting over that. And you don't know which way to turn and how to make it different and how to change it. But I'm going to help you with that, because there's definitely things you can do here. And needing to work on it more. And that's about loving the self. So we'll talk about the loving the self, and I'll get some cards for you guys on that. You know, a lot of times people say, you gotta love yourself first, you know. And then they don't give you, like, any idea how to do that. So for someone who doesn't know how to do something, you know, saying to do it rather than how to do it is not particularly helpful, I don't think. So we'll get into that too. Okay, here we go. Let's get some clarification here, Spirit, on this the work not being done yet. On the need for healing, there's more work to be done here. On this situation with this chemistry over compatibility. You know, yeah, that just... Four of Wands, marriage, yep. Eight of Wands, no communication coming in. Seven of Cups. Oh, you got to decide what you want here, first of all. Yep. Don't have the strength to fight those inner demons. So, okay, when the Strength card is in reverse, the Strength card is largely about fighting inner demons, right? And those inner demons are predominantly ego and pride. So what Spirit is saying here is, first, you've got to decide what it is that you want. What's most important to you, okay? And you've got to communicate that, because you're not right now with whoever you're with. You're not speaking your truth. You're not telling them what you want or need. You're enabling. This is a very enabling read here to whoever you're with. That you want this commitment. You want this long-term relationship. You want to build a foundation. You want to go to the Ten of Pentacles. You want to have emotional abundance, right? But in order to do that, you've got to have the Nine of Cups. And see, we've got repeaters here again, right? And the Nine of Cups is about having that be in the upright. The upright is decide what you want. You know, what do you want in a relationship? Because a relationship is not about distracting you from self. A relationship is about interdependence, not codependence, right? So here in this card, it's saying, do you want the chemistry? You know, is it the passion? Is it the that aspect of the relationship that's most important? You know, is it the treasure that's most important? Is it winning in a relationship that's most important to you? Like, what aspects are important to you? Because we got the winner at all costs here in reverse a minute ago as well. You know, wearing a mask here. Is it most important for people to see you however you want them to see you? Or is it most important to be your authentic self? Right? Is it important for material gain to be the dragon hoarding his treasure? Do you want to be treated like a queen or king? What's the story here? What is it that you truly, in your heart of hearts, want? Not what's cool to say, but what do you truly want, you know? And ego and pride are a factor here. Ego and pride are holding you back from that self-love piece here. You know, which also feels like self-esteem. But we'll get some more clarification on that too. All right. I'm going to get... No, I want... some more clarification on those. Can I get clarification on this Eight of Swords, please? Give me some specifics here, Spirit. Wheel of Fortune isn't going to move. See, we got the Strength card again, 3 times in a row. Yeah. Okay. Ego and pride. We got to work on ego and pride. Yep. Very guarded
in reverse. Wounded warrior. Very leery of other people. Very leery of speaking your truth. You don't trust people. You don't trust people. So how can you be vulnerable with someone in a relationship and have intimacy in a relationship? Because that requires vulnerability if you're so guarded that you won't put your wands down. And again, you don't speak what you've got to say, even when you're upset, frustrated. Yeah. But at the bottom of the spread is the Ace of Cups. So Spirit is trying to offer you emotional abundance here. And what Spirit is saying is you are the lily that's about to bloom on the surface of the water, right? The lily grows up out of the muck and opens up at the surface of the water to bloom, a beautiful blossom. But where it comes from is muck, right? And mud. And there's peace to be offered here as well. Peace and happiness, you know, the rays of the sun here. This is a divine offering. So if you're coming to this channel and you're seeing this and this is your message, Spirit wants you to have emotional abundance, and love of self is the way to get there. There needs to be more work done on this. You need to be able to feel foolish in a relationship in order for it to work. You know, you have to say the things that are uncomfortable to say. And you have to take some risk, because if you just enable and give in and feel like you never get seen or heard, you never, or rarely, I'm not going to use never, is too strong a term, but you rarely get your way. You rarely get what you need, want, and desire. That's lonelier than being without a relationship, isn't it? I mean, really, you know. So, okay, guys, we're going to get Murder Crows here. Tell me about the relationships in the past for Aquarius here that we're dealing with. Because Five of Wands looks like fighting, arguing, bickering, not getting your own way. And I don't mean like, you know, pouting kind of thing. I mean like every time you go do something with this person or these people from the past, it's always their way or the highway. You know, it's always very, yeah, Wheel of Fortune hasn't turned. You've been stuck in this cycle for a while. You've been stuck in this cycle, these kinds of relationships for a while. And I think they extend to friendships too. I think there might be a need to, yeah, go within here, the Hermit. Go within and heal yourself, heal your heart. This is actually the Two of Wands. So there are two choices. There are two paths you can go by. You can either continue doing what you're doing. But see here, Crystal Ball and the Crow here. You really know that this needs to end for you. You know you need to do something different, right? You need to choose the other path. You need to do things differently here. Queen of Cups. So you have very, very deep emotion. You're very empathic. I get a little bit of enabling energy here. You know, maybe if I just did this, maybe if I just did that. I'm trying to keep the peace, trying to keep everybody happy here. But there's also something you want to say and you don't say it. You know, the King and Queen of Cups have emotion. That's the depth of the ocean, right? They have a lot of feeling and a lot of heart that no one ever sees, because when it's hurt, they keep it to themselves. Maybe they'll tell friends, but the person who is doing the hurting never hears it. You know, it's like that one in the chamber. I'm not going to tell you. You should be able to figure it out and see what's going on with me, whether I do or not. You know, is that realistic and is it fair? You know. And here's the thing: if you tell someone how you truly feel, if you are your true self with that person, and it all blows up on you, yeah. See, you've still got Five of Pentacles here, feeling left out in the cold. There's been no justice for you. There's been no truth in relationships. It hasn't been fair and balanced. Then you don't want that person anyway, really, right? Because they've got more lessons to learn, and so do you. So you have to be able to be yourself. Eight of Swords again. Eight of Swords, you know.
bound, constrained, chained to these thoughts and ideas about how things should be, expectations around relationships. Well, they should do this if I do this, and they should be like that because that's how people are supposed to be. Or, you know what I mean? And these kinds of things can make us very, very confused because it seems so logical that they would react X, Y, or Z way when we do X, Y, or Z, huh? Like, you know, I'm always doing this, I'm always doing that, I'm always the one who whatever, they never, yada, 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 right? But when you don't speak that out loud, when you don't say, listen, I'm a little confused why you don't feel that it's necessary for X, Y, and Z, right? If you don't have that honest conversation with someone about your disappointment, your expectations, your standards, more importantly, like, I'm not going to let this go on. And you're not willing to walk away if somebody is ill-using you. And you know that if you speak your mind, they will walk away. It's that fear of abandonment that really keeps people in these toxic relationships. You know? And that's the test, isn't it? That's the big test, right? Are you willing to be as compassionate and as understanding and as loving of yourself as you are of other people? As tolerant of yourself as you are of other people? Do you treat yourself? Yeah, see, here's your dreams. The star. Manifesting your dreams. Okay, Spirit. So how does Aquarius go about manifesting their dreams? How do they get to the self-love piece? What's going on with this? Yeah, see, you're resisting change here. This is death and rebirth of the old self into the new self. There's something here that you're resisting change on because you keep going for these same sorts of people who come rushing in on their horse to offer you sexual compatibility or sexual chemistry. They're hot, super, super hot, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it gets you back into this cycle. You haven't left this cycle. You're resisting the change here. You got to make sure that there's more here for you than just that, right? That's like interest, but it doesn't mean that there's a relationship there. Hierophant, this is the third time you've gotten it. So you definitely have got to align those chakras and have a connection with spirit and your intuition, right? You have a direct line to spirit in your intuition, and you've got to listen to your intuition. If there are red flags popping up all over the place for Mr. Knight on his horse with his wand, right? If there are red flags everywhere, don't ignore them. Don't ignore them. Time to break this cycle. And it might mean, breaking this cycle might mean having to be alone for a while. And to do things that light you up for yourself instead of relying on somebody else to do that for you. Yeah, you've had a broken heart in the past too here. There's been betrayal, cheating, lying, possibly third-party situation. Definitely both of you were heartbroken, and could have been someone else that caused the heartbreak, but one of you engaged in that. So, something else going on there. Definitely heartbroken. Let's see. And I just got this intuitive hit that maybe your parents are divorced, whoever I'm reading for. Your father teaches you about men, your mother teaches you about women, right? How women are supposed to act, how men are supposed to act and behave, and how they're supposed to perform in relationships. And if something like that happened to you where there was, a divorce that revolved around cheating or betrayal or whatever, maybe that can affect your adult relationships, and you kind of project that onto other people. There's that Knight of Wands again. Keeps popping up, huh? Lighting that fire on the drum there. And you see how this one actually has, this Knight of Wands has the Four of Wands around it. Right? I always find that interesting because the Four of Wands is about, it can be celebration or the start of something together, and it can be twin flame, it can be soulmate. But here with a Knight of Wands, to have the Four of Wands, it's almost like you're looking for a soulmate and something that's really just a passion that's going to burn out. Always kind of choosing that dark horse over here, right? Yeah. Three of Cups. Huh. What do you think about that? Because usually that's like reason for celebration. Ten of Pentacles in reverse again. Yeah, you want that Ten of Pentacles. I think you rely on your friends a lot to give you help and advice. Just make sure that you're talking to this person, whoever you're with, as much as you're talking to your friends about the situation. Knight of Swords. So that's somebody coming in with a message or a communication. Or maybe that's you, Aquarius, since, you know, King of Swords is kind of your energy. King and Queen. So Knight of Swords. Maybe there's something you have to say to somebody to kind of get closure on this last situation. I don't know. Interesting. You have something to say, Aquarius? See, this is new interest. Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, you know. Page of Wands can be a new career, passion, etc. But I get the sense that this is really just another new person with the same kind of energy as before. That's what I'm getting. Okay. So self-love, I can give you some oracle cards here. I want to see who I'm reading for, though, from a spirit animal perspective before I do that, so know what we're dealing with here. Rabbit. Oh, rabbit and dragon. Okay, so rabbit is the energy of... Rabbit's a very nervous energy, and rabbits tend to get scared and run. Yeah. And then the dragon. The dragon's a little bit deeper. This is just my initial split anyway. It's not the card, so I'm going to pick a dragonfly. That's getting buried in your... Dragonflies actually skim the surface of the water, and the water represents emotion, right? And they don't drown in it. Dragonflies are a very spiritual insect. I mean, you see them and then you know that someone around you, someone is around you, ancestors, spirit guides, whatever, you know. So let's get, can I, for the Aquarius I'm waiting for spirit, can I get an animal spirit card for them, please? Well, that was quick. The bear. Okay, well, we know the bear energy. I like the bear energy, actually. I've read the bear a couple times, but I'm going to actually read the card to you so that I get all of it. I'm just doing it off the top of my head. Okay. Waking from spiritual slumber, beginning anew. After a long winter, the bear arises from deep slumber. At first, the movement and effort are difficult, but the bear knows it's time. It's time to awaken, and it's time to move toward the dawning light. The bear card represents an individual on the cusp of new directions and some personal transformation. The initial weeks and months in the spiritual quest may feel tricky, cumbersome, and full of obstacles, but you have no choice. When the winter wanes, the warmth of spring emerges, and your transformation is going to begin. Yep. So, you know, you're beginning this whole transformation, right? Into loving the self, because we got the Nine of Cups here in the upright after having it in the reverse. This is the change in you that Spirit is trying to ignite from everything that you're going through. These are the lessons that you'll learn to get you to the Nine of Cups so that you can get that Ten of Cups here that you're looking for. Okay? So let's get some guidance on how to go about doing just that for you. I think I'm going to go with Wisdom of the Oracle. Wisdom of the Oracle, Spirit? Okay. Go. Kind of the best guidance I can give you on loving the self is this. Whatever injured your inner child, right? Whatever puts you in a position of not having self-love and self-esteem, whatever those issues were, whatever those situations were. Realize that those are the things that need healing, in order for the current situation to change. So some of the best things that I've done in my spiritual journey, and maybe this will help you, is to treat my inner child as I would treat my own child. And I say, you know, is this fun? Is this joyful? Do I want to do this? Why am I doing this? Is it out of obligation, or is it because, or expectation, or is it because I really enjoy it? I really want to. Like, this is something that I'm passionate about. For example, going on vacation, right? I just went on vacation a couple weeks ago, and I said, okay, well, what am I going to do? And I ended up going away for the weekend and writing and painting and doing all this stuff. And I went away alone, stayed at this fantastic hotel on this island, and just took time. Like, I ate wonderful meals by myself, and I painted and I drew and I wrote. I'm actually working on something to get published, and it was a very nurturing and fulfilling time, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Did I feel lonely when I was there? No. Did I wish somebody else was with me? No. You know why? Because everything I did that I wanted to do, I could do without any hesitation, without any second guessing, without having to consider other people at all. I just considered what would be fun for me, what would be something I would enjoy, what would be fulfilling. And sometimes we need to do that. You know, we get up on a Saturday and we say, okay, today I'm going to go paint because I've always wanted to paint. Today I'm going to draw because I always wanted to draw. Today I'm going to go sailing, or I'm going to go bowling, or I'm going to go for a long drive or a hike in the woods. Whatever it is that lights you up, the things that you enjoy, that leave you feeling good about you, that are renewing. Music is another great thing, right? Always play positive, happy things that change your mood, you know, that raise your vibration. Try and focus on doing that most of the time. It's not that you can't watch the occasional show that, like, you know, leaves you going, what the heck, or whatever. It's not that you can't do those things. I have a lot of different movies that I like to watch as well, and sometimes when I'm watching a movie, I'm like, this isn't making me feel good internally, right? I'm interested in it from a curiosity perspective, but internally I don't feel good with this. I'm going to turn it off. And limit the things that you expose yourself to things that are good for you, right? And just say no. Stop enabling other people. If you really don't want to do it, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. Have as much compassion for yourself and consideration for yourself as you do other people when you keep signing up for stuff that you don't want to do. You know what I mean? And spend time on you because you're important. Higher power. Yeah, Spirit's trying to have you connect. We got the Hierophant 3 times. That's listen to your intuition, because I'm trying to talk to you through your intuition. And the never-ending story. And this is kind of about the cycles that keep repeating themselves until we learn the lessons that we need to learn, right? Because they are out there. There are lessons that we need to learn. And sometimes we refuse to learn them because, you know, they're difficult or challenging, or they put us in a compromised position, or we have to say things that are uncomfortable or do things that are uncomfortable. And we don't want to make anybody else uncomfortable or appear like we're not, you know, how we like to view ourselves as all accommodating and always the, you know, better person and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? All right. So the never-ending story, I'm going to read this one to you too, because this is a really good one here. Self-criticism, a wounded ego, unnecessary drama in your life. There's a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurts and loss and rejection and humiliation and self-loathing and arrogance and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary drama. It is the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, you must not go there, you cannot say that, lest the world will come crumbling down. Today, know that none of that is actually true. The sky isn't falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie and wants to protect you. It needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being your true self. You are not your story,
And the narrator is simply the voice of your fear, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. And of course, in perfect timing, the sirens come roaring by. We're having this conversation. So there you go. Just put a little exclamation point on that message. Sometimes your heart enters into a contract with another that results in pain, not because of abuse or neglect, but for other, more complex reasons. Shame, fear of intimacy, and low self-esteem are the greatest challenges to the success of a relationship. Consider how valuable this knowledge is. Right now you have the opportunity for important healing, but you must reflect on the stories you wove about love, connection, abandonment, rejection, and loneliness. Not only do you need to begin a new story, you need to forgive yourself for telling yourself the old ones. Have compassion for that part of you that believes those narratives. None of them were ever true. Okay? And that's what it's all about. Having compassion for yourself, for believing what you believed about yourself, and knowing that none of those stories that you believe about yourself that are negative are true. Right? That gets you from this Nine of Cups in reverse to the Nine of Cups upright. And that's what we're trying to do. So let's get some numerology here. Manifestation. Leadership. Right? Communication. Manifestation. Yeah, I create as I speak. Abracadabra literally means I create as I speak. It used to be worn long ago. There's actually a blog in my on my website about it because I wrote about it if you're interested in that. But the number 418 in Hebrew equals abracadabra. Abracadabra. And that basically means I create as I speak. And God spoke the world into existence, right? In the New Testament, Jesus says, basically, ask to move mountains, and you can move mountains as long as you say it in my name, right? So, I create as I speak. Manifestation is about your vibration and what you put out there. And what you put out there generally is what you say, right? And if you say these terrible things about yourself, then you're manifesting for yourself whatever it is that you're thinking in your mind or saying out loud. So be very careful about that. Very careful. Don't allow your inner critic to talk shit about you. It's not helping you. Okay? This need to be the victim is not helping you. This telling everyone else what happened to you a million times over, it doesn't help you. It makes it worse. It actually draws more negative stuff to you. So the minute you zip it about that, and you start talking about, oh, I love to do this, and I love to do that, and I'm going to do this, and this is great, and la la la, everything's, it's not that we're asking you to fake it till you make it, but sort of. From a vibrational standpoint, you're much better off doing that. Don't sit around and talk to people for hours about how your life sucks, or is falling apart, or this didn't work, or they didn't understand, or whatever it is, right? When you find yourself doing those things and getting in that cycle, stop. Because you lower your frequency, you lower your vibration, and you start attracting those things to yourself. You're doing it to yourself, okay? We got 66 for healing. There is more work that needs to be done. This Three of Swords here, all the issues we talked about here in the Never-Ending Story, those all need to be healed. Individuality, be your true self. 1111, right? Four Wands is 1111. Be your true self. Speak your truth. Get connected with your inner child. There are many people on YouTube who talk about connecting with your inner child. And maybe what I'll do is I have playlists on my channel for other things. Maybe I'll put like Patrick Teja and some other people who are really good at helping guide people to connect with their inner child and to deal with family trauma that gets in the way of self-esteem and self-love. So I'll put those in there. And then music, what did I say about listening to music, art, that kind of thing? The things that, raise your vibrations so that you're at the right frequency, so that you're projecting out into the universe positivity and then attracting it back to you. That makes sense. Okay. I'm going to get one last card, which is Moonology here. Sorry, Aquarius, this went on for a while. This is somewhat of a specific reading, but some of it may have resonated with you, whether you've gone through this or not, in all aspects. And if not, again, check with your moon, rising, or Venus signs. You may find other information there. You can always download the Code Chart app to get your other natal aspects, and it's free. And it, ooh, okay, that definitely wanted to come out. Let me just grab that. Fell onto the floor. Okay. Show the world the real you. There you go. That's all I'm going to say. Yep, that's what it's all about. And by the real you, not the real you, not the person that you think you are, want people to see, but the real inner person that you were. Like before the world had its way with you, right? You know, what were the things that, and look, full moon in Aquarius. That's even your card, Aquarius. Show the world the real you. Yeah? What made you happy? What lit you up? You know? What did you hope to be when you were younger? What aspects of that can you bring into your own life to bring yourself joy now? And if there are people in your life that, you know, you're enabling and not being your true self with and not saying how you really feel, you're not doing them any favors, really. You know, you're certainly not doing any for yourself. So show the world your real you, the real you. Connect with your higher power. This has come up in the Hierophant 3 times. Listen to your intuition. If your intuition is telling you, no, I don't want to do that. That seems like a drag. That's an obligation. I don't want to do it, you know. I mean, I'm not telling you if it's something that's really, really important to you not to do it, even if you don't want to. Because sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do, right? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those, okay, I'll go. I had other plans for myself. I was hoping I could go do this other thing that would really make me happy, but I don't want you not to like me, so I'll go do that. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, okay? So if that resonates with you at all, check out my playlist, because I have other tarot readers as well who are very prolific on there. I only feature people on my channel as links and that are very, very, very good at what they do. I've been doing tarot a long time. My sister was a tarot reader for 26 years. And I have some knowledge when I listen to tarot readers as to whether or not, you know, their message kind of not only jives with me, but is on the mark. And the people that I feature on my channel are all people that I've vetted personally and I subscribe to and I watch. So if you're interested in getting other opinions about what's going on with you, you can certainly check them out. You can certainly check out my playlist for meditation and stuff, because I have that on there as well. Hit the subscribe button and the notification if this resonated with you, because we'll get back to this at another time. See what kind of progress we made. And I'm actually going to put some things in my playlist for inner child work, because it's come up a couple times this month in different readings, so I think it would be beneficial to do that. All right, Aquarius, that's it for air signs. I'm going to jump off now, and I'm probably going to do the other ones earlier this week. I was hoping to get through everybody this weekend, but I had things I wanted to do, so that took some precedence. So yeah, I got through, you guys. So anyway, still got paint all over my hand. So, you know, if you see it on my nails, that's what it's about. I was actually painting. Okay, I will talk to you guys later. Much love. I hope that this is helpful to you. It's given you some things to think about that kind of like get the wheels in motion. Okay, love you. Take care, and I'll talk to you later in the month. Bye-bye.